pop, 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 julep, pop, 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 julep, pop, 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 pop. All right, it's recording. Hi guys, welcome to another fly teaser. This time I'm gonna show you the Senko fly. So starting off, the guy who invented this fly or created this fly, it's a guy called Rich McElligott. I hope I'm not butchering his name. It's a super easy fly to tie. It's a fast fly to tie. It was intended because the Senko worm, probably you know, it's a classic bass soft lure, plastic lure. You can all sorts of bass, like it's a deadly lure on a large mouth, small mouth, any other fish, even anything toothy will have a go at a Senko worm. So this guy came up with this pattern, how to pass that from the soft plastic to the fly. Like I said, it's a very easy pattern to tie, and thank God, because the only drawback with that fly is that it does not last long because of the material. It kind of frails and goes to pieces fairly quickly, a little bit like the dragon tail that we had for a while. I know there's two types of dragon tails, but I'm talking about the chenille one, not the plasticky one or the lycra one, or whatever material it is. But the chenille one, yeah, they don't last too long. A bit of a pity, because like I really liked them at the start when we started experiencing with them, with the kind of the toy version, the kiddies toy, the magic worm. And I mean, when I've seen that moving in the water the first time, I was like all so excited. I was like, oh my God, I cracked it. This is like the best thing ever. But of course, there's always a drawback to things like that. And the biggest drawback is that they still don't last. I have tried many different brands that, because they got so popular, they were of course commercialized by fly fishing companies, and I thought maybe these guys would have made them better and that they would last longer, but unfortunately it's exactly the same crap, just packaged different, in my opinion. Unless if you guys have a good brand that you can recommend of those magic worms tails, please put it in the comment section below, because I'd love to purchase some and fish with them. But for the moment, no, I'm not spending a huge amount of money on them, because it's absolutely stupid. They just don't last. The main factor that they don't last, it's not particularly the pike shredding them, it's mostly the retention of water and the false casting. So you really want with these flies for them to last the longest time possible. You really want them to have the least amount of backcast when you fish with them. I usually fish for those. I mean, lily pads, it's what this fly is designed for. It's absolutely fantastic to fish on the cover of lily pads. So usually it's summer fishing, evening fishing, float tube, so I can get discreetly close to the lily pads and I don't need to cast a huge amount of line. Usually even 1-2 false casts maximum is plenty for that fly if you want it to last a little bit long. It water loads really well as well, so you can do just a water load cast and just catapult it in one go. Another reason why I love fishing fiberglass so much is that it's just so lovely and easy to cast with a water load or to cast a wet fly like this one. So yes, that's what happens mainly, is that they don't last. The materials start to get waterlogged, and then it pushes the fibers to different part of the fly, and then it just goes to pieces. You can have a look on this one. It's starting to frail here. You can see the material pushed down with the false casting. There's another weak point appearing here. But that fly fished a good few hours, a couple of evenings. So I'm happy with that. Like I said, it's a fast fly to tie. Usually I would tie about maybe half a dozen when I go for an evening fishing, because you will need them. But the good thing is that it's cheap. I mean, look at this big butt. With this is about, this would be about €5 worth. I'm trying to get a little bit of focus on this. Yeah, that'll make a good thumbnail. So yeah, that's about €5 worth. This is the thickest that I found for making the Pike ones. So this type of material, it's called Bohemian chenille. It's not too easy to find. There's sellers. I found some on Amazon, some on Etsy. Problem is with those platforms that you find a seller, you go back 2 months later and it's seller doesn't exist, or it doesn't do that. So if you find them, just if you're interested, just buy one or two. Well, I mean, like one big one like that, you make hundreds and hundreds of flies with this. This is a huge ball. So this is the thickest size. You have as well, if you want, if you're interested, you can have a thinner version. These make absolutely fantastic perch fly. Or if you're into fishing for rainbow stock trout or things like that, just a little bit, and it just works, no problem. So you can tie that Senko fly in different ways, especially for the head. You can just whip finish. I don't bother with any kind of glue at the head, because you want to, after, very easily remove the material to retie a new tail, a whole new fly on it. So if you put some glue at the end, you're just going to make life more difficult for yourself. So just 2 or 3 good whip finish is plenty. When the fly is gone, when the tail starts to disintegrate, you can just cut that with a sharp knife and start again. So you don't need to do any heads on them, even, like, just a small whip finish, bulk up the top, and it's good to go. But you can do whatever you want. I've done some with the fish masks on. So another thing you can see is that all the flies, I like to put a little bit of weight, so they always sit properly. They don't roll too much, and then when they roll over a lily pad, they come down the next side of the lily pad nice and straight. You can go fancy if you want. You can articulate them, put a popper head or a howitzer head on it. This is fun too. Again, a little bit of filler there. I can't remember what is that, but you don't need. Again, you can see the weight. You can do any kind of weights, like just a little bit, just to sit it properly. One that has really worked for me for the summer is putting a little bit of foam on the head, like this. It just sits just right at the top in the water like this, and then the whole tail underneath, very attractive. And again, you can see the weedless effect. It's super weedless fly. I mean, it's a joy to fish in the lily pads. Absolutely fun summer fly. So don't get too disheartened, because they will come apart. You could have one that lasts like 2-3 days of fishing, and you could have one that lasts like 5 minutes of fishing. It doesn't matter. You can be consistent with the tying, but it's all in the material, the way it's going to move. So all material is not exactly made the same. There's sometimes a little bit more pressure in the thread than others. So sometimes they last, sometimes they don't. So don't get disheartened by it. Just tie a few before you go out. But it's a really good fun fly to fish, especially on the floating line. I love fishing the lily pads. And then you get a lot of different fish. I presume this fly will get any type of toothy predator. So that's them. What can I say else with that? Not much. Join me next week when I'll be tying that fly. Video should hit next Friday. If you don't want to miss any of the videos, just hit that that bell thing, notification, so at least you get a notification when the new videos are out and about. I'm not very regular with my video, with my type of work, so I kind of disappear for months, but when I'm back I make videos, so don't you worry. It's not because there's a lack of video that I'm gone. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to the channel. It's a really good help. It's really appreciated. And yeah, that's about it. What can I say? Not much. Have a good fishing and see you next week, and we're going to tie this awesome little worm fly. Thanks again for watching. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.